All right. The fuck? Okay. Oh, wait. Let's make this whole. Alright, hello everyone. My name is LaForest. Today is December 7th, 2024. Pearl Harbor Day, I think. Yeah. This is a Geometry Dash stream that is about Plaenterprise and Cyryl. Geometry Dash Twitter. Another one of these documents that you would see just in the moment. But all I know about Cyryl, I don't know anything much about Plaenterprise. Cyryl is fucking gay. I don't like gay people, therefore I don't like him. So we're gonna start off with that. Anyways. Fuck. Oh shit, that's the wrong thing to. Resize. This is the thing that I want to show. Chat thing is fucked up though. I do need to. Yeah, there we go. Just give me a minute. I'm gonna have to tweet this stream out, share with people. The people need to know. Oh fuck. Yeah, I think I said 2020. Today is December 7th, 2025, I meant. I said 2024 earlier. That's weird. Okay, it's time to do it. I used to follow this account, but this account nuked itself for some fucking reason. I had a tweet saved um, of the initial thing, I think. No, Plaenterprise was first, but I'm gonna go by Cyryl first, and then Plaenterprise's side here. These are 44 pages. Fuck, I don't know how many pages this shit is. This guy is good. This guy is good. He partitioned it, so here we go. Introduction. This document is written from my own perspective. When I talk about me, I'm referring. Oh no. You know, this one is from. No, this is actually from Plaenterprise. I got flipped, and this is from, I guess, Cyryl's side. Let's go then. This document is written from my own perspective. When I talk about me, I'm referring to myself as in Plaenterprise. The document is also a bit long. If you want the TLDR, go to conclusion. The purpose of the document is to fully clear of any disgusting claims that Cyryl has been putting onto me and my friends for months. This document also serves to expose the way Cyryl, also known as Carlo or Red or Lousy, has been acting now for years. He has greatly hurt me, my friends, and other people around him using methods including but not limited to doxing, leaking nudes of minors, manipulation, attempted blackmail, slander, possible grooming, and more. Possible grooming, look, never mind, just, and more. For convenience sake, you'll be referred strictly to Cyryl going forward. If you have trouble looking at the images, view the document in the desktop mode. I don't really know much about Cyryl besides being controversial. So Cyryl is a controversial person. He is somebody who I met in 2022 when he was not yet involved in anything damning or bad. I met him in the 1.8 Geometry Dash private server, Discord server, GDPS Discord server, where we became friends. I praised his creations. At the time, he had no issues, but moving from 2023 and onward, he has become a danger for everyone around him. He is an 18-year-old Polish guy who has been indulging in weird stuff since early 2023. This, as stated, includes doxing his friends after he had fights with them, doxing people in general, and manipulating people for his own purposes. He is extremely untrustworthy, malicious, and a compulsive liar, and this document will prove this. Below are both his active Discord accounts. His Twitter handle is W Marassa. Here's the thing though, I was actually following that account. I had no idea that was I'm being serious. I had no idea that was Cyryl. So what the fuck? I'm like, let me unfollow this nigga, and he just nuked his account. What the fuck? Anyways, he also had an old Discord account. You can find the DMs by adding that, delete the user string, and then check in, the UID if you're really curious about it. So introduction. Initially, I would have not written this and published it in the first place, but I was approached by multiple people independently who told me about their experiences, their struggles, and how they were scared to speak out. I want to help those people. I want to note that none of the victims in this situation should be looked after, hunted down, or anything of the like. Later mentioned individuals should have their privacy respected. It is not their fault that they are involved in such a mess. I also want to preface this by saying that people need to be more skeptical, especially online. It is mind-boggling that someone like Cyryl can get away with baseless slanderous claims with no evidence at all to back them up. Be careful. I also want to state that this document has been looked over by 5+ independent sources at this point who were at some point or another involved. Every single one fully agrees and supports this document to its fullest extent. Lastly, Cyryl mentioned, as you will see later, that he initially wanted to make a document on me, but didn't, due to the obvious fact that I have done nothing to warrant one. Shame for him. I can make a document too, but this time I actually have tons of evidence that should make anyone stay wary and clear of him for their own safety. You also might not know him. He's not that known. He did participate in Deadly Clubstep as Cairo though. Cairo Khan or fucking shit. I have trouble reading some of the okay, alright, let's go. Please don't show any bullshit. Let me check this shit. Sorry, I just need to check this shit. Okay, I'm good. All right. Underage nudes leaking, leaking and flexing. It sounds as bad. It sounds as bad as it. It sounds as bad as it is. The nudes in question are all of underaged people. Cyryl used to be friends with a person named Keanu. They weren't on the best terms, but they interacted. Here is proof. It's fake, bruh. I had a raincoat on earlier. I look like a Klansman. Let me take a pic. Oh my god, I just died. Cyryl, can you not? Like, not? What is that even supposed to mean, man? They weren't on the best terms, but they got along. Eventually, something changed in Cyryl. Keanu got into a conflict one way or another and was excluded from the group. Cyryl then did what he usually does. We will get to another example later. He ended up collecting all the personal information he had on Keanu, including their face, and through accidental, unintended means, Keanu did not send them to Cyryl, obtaining their underage nude pictures. They were 15 to 17 in those pictures. He ended up flexing about owning them, flaunting them, and didn't seem to care when confronted. Proof will be in the screenshots below. Other irrelevant people are censored due to privacy reasons, so that's a big yikes. I shouldn't make it like that. Shouldn't chronologically. Try harder or you lose your job. Fuck your main job. True, forgot about that. I have Keanu leaked nudes. A gumball ass name, not gonna lie. What the fuck? Why you have that? I got a hold of it through the grapevine. That's not chill. It's just not good. Just say that's not good. Why do you have that shit? What the fuck? That's not chill though, man. That's not chill, man. That's not chill. That's not chill, man. I'm not leaking. You can rest easy. I don't know who the fuck blank is, lol. Some blank guy that's Cyryl's friend. Also, he has Keanu nudes. This guy's real, bro. Yes, bro. Cook him. Should I tell Keanu or not? There's just more pictures. Also, is this not really fucking weird? Let me zoom in just a little bit. A little bit more right there. That's good. Also, is this not really fucking weird? Rockstar. I have Keanu leaked nudes. Like, Jesus Christ. How did you even get that? Yeah, someone he was friends with for years. Keanu, yes. That's so fucking weird. I don't like this guy. Okay, this is the same. Have Keanu leaked the nudes? Oh, I know the person, you're fucking weird. Below him is him saying that he is not as bad as a person centered in the image in green, who is known as Nick Tom, an individual who doxed multiple of his friends he knew for years for no reason. This is who he has to compare himself to. Why? What prompts you to compare yourself to another person like that? Nor am I Nick Tom. This is literally something he would do, bro. He spam it. I didn't even leak it. You need to actually take a break from the internet. I'm serious, or send it, lol. Like, why? Like, just why are you weird? Why are you weird? It continued. He not only talked about her nudes. I have a very, very big doubt that it's a real her. This is what actually, yeah, I have a very big doubt that's a real her. But I'm gonna read it that way because that's what's written. He not only talked about her nudes, he actively posted Keanu's face. Yeah, no, is that really yeah, no, that's a guy. That's a nigga. That's a big nigga. That's not a her, man. That's not a her. He actively posted Keanu's face as well and prompted, keep in mind, this person only has a personal feud with Cyryl. They are not a horrible individual at all. They have done nothing to deserve this. Cyryl is doing this strictly for his own entertainment. Some picture of a big nigga. Non-binary queen. The fuck what are we doing here, man? How are they, is my question. Like 19, is this them? Yep. This is him showing off Keanu's face unprompted. He sent it uncensored. I censored it. Here's the kicker. When I asked him about it, how did he respond? He admits he has been doing this to multiple people from that group chat called Orphanage. Oh my god. So you do that to any guy you wouldn't like? Oh my bad, I didn't see. No, there's just a select couple I used to know I don't like, and it's funny to have this, but no leaks. That's just unnecessary. I personally not feel great about myself, but sure, I guess. But you shouldn't do this to anyone you don't like. Lol, that's dumb. No, as I specified, it's a select couple. Remember Orphanage? Yes, that's a select couple. Then again, it's two people. So am I calling it a couple? So why am I calling it a couple? He mentions a select couple. He talks about these people's private information and pictures like they're absolutely nothing. You think he only does this to people he doesn't actively consider his friends, right? No, he has done the exact same thing to another victim, who is an individual he is actively friends with. The person wishes to remain anonymous and will be referred to as M. Bro, I'm okay, man. I'm reading documents right here, right now. You think he only does this to people he doesn't actively consider his friends, right? No, he has done the exact same thing to another victim who is an individual he is actively friends with. The person wishes to remain anonymous and will be referred to as M. I talked to him personally. What he did with M was even worse. Not only did he attempt to trade his underaged nudes, he also posted them publicly. Keep in mind that nothing is censored. I censored everything. Please keep in mind the nudes in question are underaged. Proof below. How old were you in those pictures Cyryl posted of you? First ones I was like 17 or something. I don't know. The rest I was of age. Stop posting your dick, man. No matter if it's some fucking... Why would you do that? Why in the first place? Why? I mean, you think with your dick, I get it, but I mean, there has to be some brain cells in there, man. Like, it's... Come on. I called with the individual M as well. They told me they were probably around 16 or 17 in those images and definitely not of age. There was no way Cyryl couldn't have known this. He was close with this person for years and knew their age and knew what happened to them in the past. Cyryl knew the person was hurt by bad actors before. Below is the proof of Cyryl posting the underage nudes publicly. Jesus Christ. Did I ever tell you about when I was talking with Jason? Oh, this is, I think they're referring to Jason Tech Chung. That I had some part in that, but I didn't want to talk about that. They're gonna, I think they mentioned it early, later in the shit. With Jason, I designed a fake gay porn account with M nudes. I never unprivated it or like got anyone, but I remember that shit. Why would you talk about this in such? Why, bro? Yeah, that's gay, a fake gay. Oh, fuck, Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ, fake gay porn account. Here's the part where he talks about trading the nudes of his friend and of somebody else. For nudes of somebody else. I got a cock in Riri. Fucking hell, man. Fucking hell, man. Fatty Wop. Bro. So he really wants me to send M nudes. So I'm like, send yourself coming first, and he didn't. Yeah. Yeah, no, man, what the fuck? I want you to look at this if you're on good terms with Cyryl. He currently has M added. They are on seemingly good terms, and even so, Cyryl's casually spreading his nudes around. He is more likely to use information you give him once he doesn't like you anymore. But he doesn't shy away from doing it while you're on good terms with him either. Take a look. That's Cyryl. Oh shit. I am on good terms with the person and myself, so I asked them about it because I had a suspicion they weren't on good terms with Cyryl on their own terms. Here it was confirmed. So you had concerns that if you ended the friendship with him, Cyryl would use what he had on you to go after you and harm you. I guess, yeah. I talked to them in the call as well, and they indeed confirmed that they only just didn't cut Cyryl off because they were scared of him doing things with their underage nudes, amongst other things. That is blackmail. We will get more into this later, but Cyryl also attempted to manipulate the individual further into having a distaste for me. Once Cyryl saw me calling him out for his creepy behavior towards a minor. Can you recall when Cyryl told you about me and what he was saying? Like a couple months ago, I don't fucking know. They were saying you did shit with a 15-year-old, basically like projecting onto me. LMFAO, what month? September, I'm pretty sure. This was in September. This predates an incident we will talk about soon. And and shows that all along his sole goal was just to take me down after I called him out with manipulation and possible blackmail. Below, yeah, no, what the fuck? Below is another example of him doxing people, licking their face that he used to be on good terms with, that he is not on good terms with anymore. It is assumed that he downloaded the pictures when he was still on good terms, showing he always had malicious intent. Nope, the images were sent uncensored. I censored them for their privacy. Is my Mexicano skin cute? Jesus fucking Christ, man. Keanu, what the fuck, dude? Oh. Now, I want you to keep something in mind. The incidents with Keanu took place in 2023. He saved everything then, and has kept everything for 2 years, and to this day, he holds a grudge. I want you to keep this. I want you to keep in mind that he is 18 years old. He is an adult, yet he still holds on to these things. This is a recurring pattern. He is using these for blackmail, for proof. And look above. He blackmailed M. M could not cut ties with Cyryl because Cyryl had these things on them and they were scared. I also have talked to Keanu directly. She supports this document and confirms the things said here. Lastly, this individual has apparently doxed somebody else and has been denying it for years, but the proof seems to be on a deleted account. Take that as you will. Obsession with Ella. Stalking. It's better be some hardcore. I shouldn't say shit like that, but let me actually move. Nah, the corner's just fine. A couple years ago in 2023, Cyryl was friends with a person on Twitter named called Ella, also known as Huache, I guess. She was at the time a 19-year-old woman. I doubt the woman part, but fuck it, man. God. They were on good terms, but he ended up having a falling out. It is important to know at the time she had a boyfriend called Tavian. I guess Tavian. Here is part of their follow on Twitter. I don't remember this. I'm kind of glad I kind of insulated myself a lot, but now I'm like, I'm gonna get back to the fucking game. Cyryl 2. I don't actually know. I suspect not, but who knows? Thank you, Kuro. The little bunny is super cool too. This is some gay shit. This is some gay speaking. Hop, hop, squeak, squeak. Bunnies are cute, but what the fuck is this, bro? Take this shit to the DMs. You go suck up, you fucking loser. Don't ever talk to me again. You are so fucking freaking lame. LOL. That's some fucking. Imagine you're in your. I shouldn't say that, but imagine you're just pretending to be a fucking bunny on in Twitter, publicly. And some guy destroys that shit. That's some crazy shit, man. But okay. Safe to say, Ella's behavior wasn't great. But you need to keep in mind that she was simply an individual on Twitter. She had no actual power. Cyryl was never a close friend of hers. He was simply on good terms with her. Yeah, no, I don't think this is a shitty bone. She has diagnosed mental issues, and Cyryl, being Cyryl, ended up stalking her and has latched onto her and her boyfriend ever since. I want you to keep track of the dates to see how, despite no contact for years, his anger and stalking persist. Images on the next page. Yeah, what the I'm kind of glad I have some shit like this. I'm fucking glad, man. What the fuck? Huache is Ella's dick. Tavian is her zesty rapist boyfriend. I know. Now at least Ella was beefing with Chris for me. Is she real for that? Only for that. Look at him. What the fuck? How the fuck do you find this shit? He has, over the years, saved countless pictures he found by stalking her. Once again, everything he posted is uncensored. I am the one censoring the images. Jesus Christ, that picture. And this is why you'll be shot and killed one day. Can't wait to see it happen. How do you find pictures like this? Me too, bro. I search dilts. Me too, bro. That handle rings a bell. I don't remember. I'm gonna take a nap. Do you not remember Ella Hawache? The fucking hell. The PPD bitch who got mad at Lexi and Lucy in September 23 and yelled about being harassed and ignored. I'm glad I don't remember a lot of this shit, man. This is bad. This is bad. This is not good. Ella's dick's leaked pics. The shrug emoji. Ella is the only person I know that I deeply hope just ends up slitting her wrists. Okay. Below is another example of him hoarding old stuff, potentially to blackmail later. Okay, let me say something about this. What the fuck? Okay. I hoard a lot of old stuff, too, but not to blackmail things. Sometimes I occasionally go through it, the archive of my own account, old accounts years ago, just to, look at it. But also, just to post funny shit that I think people would forget years after the fact. Funny shit, not to do some stupid shit like this. People say you have blackmail. I'm like, I don't. Most of it is some stupid shit that doesn't really incriminate a person seriously, or some other bullshit like this. I probably have the Ella Dilts curse, which is why I'm so hostile towards the people most helpful to me. I don't know. Ella was chill to me, but then she was bad to you. It's tragic. Chill to you because you both had Lisp as an enemy. Unchill to me because I was chill with her enemy. After calming her down for an hour on Twitter, I have recordings of her ramblings. She went off in voice chat on Twitter on Kitty. Oh my god, on Alice or Kitty Love Cup, Lucy online, and Lexi, because apparently they all hated her. Yeah. The next page will provide proof of his stalking. Jesus fucking Christ, man. Yes. Facebook, what? Okay. I never get this. I never get this shit, man. Why do you put the same... You gotta stop putting your, merging your fucking real name with your internet personality, your internet persona. This is some stupid shit. I watch it and the real name Ella Dill. It's repeated a lot. I don't think I'm doxing anyone. It's right there. It's public. A lot of other people are gonna see this. Stop doing this shit. What the fuck is wrong with you? Wrong with you? Ella Dilts, lol. She gave away her own last name, and you can find all her socials from it. I found Ella Dilts' new account. He also extensively went after her boyfriend at the time for unknown reasons. Not to speculate, but it could unfortunately be jealousy. I think this Ella Dilts person might actually be a real female. I don't know. I'm just having my skepticism. It's fucked up, man. The boyfriend is known as Tavian. The image is provided below. No, Tavian's like a fat loser that sucks up to her because otherwise the only way he'd get pussy is by raping people. Wow. I low-key wouldn't be surprised that it's the only reason he stays around. Butt fucker was right about the drug shit, by the way. Fuck, butt fucker, man. Tavian. I guess now. Tavian fucked Ella while she was drugged out. That's rape, regardless of consent. These are from 2024, but even on his new account, he talks about it. I don't fucking know. I'm just sitting here, and it's reminding me of Ella. Almost prosecuted my ass because I private quote tweeted after she made a different account. You have paranoia or urges caused from being around bad people too much. I don't know. Also just realized, isn't Ella stuff turning 2 years old today? Like, she had the meltdown 2 years and 2 days precisely. 2 years and 2 days ago precisely, lol. September 16th, 2023, 7 p.m. my time and stuff. The recording of her melting down on Twitter, literally speak of the devil. Image above is once again showing how he hoards things he gets on people, likely to blackmail later. More below, he clearly loves lying, as we will see. If I could consider the time frame of me caring about Ella 90% would be in 2023, because that was the Ella stuff. What is that even supposed to mean? Fuck. I'm tired of you lames saying I ain't with it, telling me I got no motion. I went to your hood and they don't know you. LMFAO, Ella your wife, Ella Dix, once again, proof of him stalking her in August of 2025. Look, I'm not gonna... I'm not doing level quest right now. I'm reading some fucking drama shit, okay? More below, their Instagram. Fuck Ella, bro. Broke up with Taven, by the way. Actively stalking their relationship status as well to this day. Fuck. To summarize this part, if you ever somehow hurt Cyryl mildly, he will latch on to you. Yeah, it's really fucking annoying, man. He will go after you, he will do anything he can because he thinks he can. His grudges persist for years and he will harass and stalk people over what they did to them on Twitter of all platforms in 2023. This is the behavior of an absolute creep, and I am stunned that he has any friends at all. However, the next part is, in my opinion, extremely shocking and quite frankly insane. It will be the longest part of the document since it requires context to grasp. Cyryl is guilty of the very same thing that he initially accused me of, with no evidence, obviously, as I will prove using concrete evidence. Fucking 25 pages of the subsection of manipulation of a 15-year-old. Fuck. There's some shit in my ear. Sorry, I just need to. That's not good. That's not good at all. Let me check some things. Switch myself all the time. Here's okay. That's some narcissistic shit. That's not good. Oh shoot. This haircut's really bad. Nah. It's fucking excellent. It's excellent. Okay. Note. A lot of the early incidents took place in group chats that Cyryl owned. After being found out, he deleted them, erasing the evidence. This was a calculated move, as he refused to give me ownership of the groups and got angry when I brought it up. However, if needed, I have people who can vouch for these things occurring. Cyryl has been manipulating a 15-year-old and tormenting her without anyone knowing, due to selfish, bad intended reasons. He has been actively trying to blame me for behind the scenes, and which will be completely debunked here, as he is the only actual person causing harm. I will not be naming the individual, as privacy should be respected. The 15-year-old in question is a person I, with others, originally met on Twitter in July of 2025. At this time, I was talking to Cyryl. I knew of his past, but I thought he changed and fully recovered. As I known him since 2022, I had hope in him. He re-interacted with the user on Twitter. I found him funny, did not know or care anything about anything else besides that. So I asked him if he could add him on Discord. You should add the funny guy on Discord, then make a GC. It's better than Twitter. I would roast that guy and make him cry. What the fuck? Ask him for a Discord. It makes more sense coming from you, and ended up happening as well. At the time, it seemed like friendly banter. Me, Cyryl, the individual, and another friend of mine made a group chat. Cyryl owned it. In this group, we talked about Toho, other games, Pokemon, etc. I did have a troll around by saying I was a 30-year-old crackhead from Los Angeles that smokes crack. It was a joke. We found it funny, but they believed it. They believed it and left the group, unadding Cyryl. What the fuck? Okay, that's just stupid. That's some retarded shit. I mean, I don't even need headphones to this shit. Let me. Jesus, these specific headphones kind of make my ears fucking, like, I don't know. I just need to itch it or some shit. I'm sorry if you have to look at that. A few days later, the misunderstanding was cleared up, and a new group chat was made. It was owned by Cyryl. I had suspicions. I asked for him to transfer group ownership. He got very mad. I don't have pictures, but I will be using conversations he had right after we created a new group for reference. The deleted user is the 15-year-old in question. I will get to that later. Okay, let me just read this. Bro, I knew since the day before I was gone for 2. I shouldn't say that in the pocket way. That's actually disrespectful. Bro, I knew since the day before I was gone for 2 days, it would be better to have a GC without him. After you got super mad when I asked him about possibly transferring group chat ownership. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't even know you could transfer ownership. Although for one of you slap the darkest brahaha, what the fuck? Brahaha. Like in the past, he has kicked people from groups and kept them to himself. Yes. Oh, fuck, I need water. Man. This shit, my mouth. It's been a long time since I've actually been streaming on a somewhat regular basis. I'm glad I don't really create that much videos anymore, or stream that much, because it allows me to, do some shit outside. Well, I don't really do anything either, so it's kind of middle ground right now. Logan Paul shit, but listen. As for what happened in the group, Cyryl basically tried his best to appeal to the 15-year-old. She was a big fan of Toho, so he tried to get into it as much as he could. He played them immediately, changed all his profiles to be Toho themed, and suddenly started posting Toho to be Toho themed and Toho content on his social media account to raise proof. Okay, there's that. I followed Cyryl without even knowing because of that. It was this one feature where you could bulk follow people after following one person and all the related people. So I didn't know about this whole thing. They were liking my tweets too as well. I don't know how to feel about this. No. This guy must be a fucking dickhead. I'm on the lookout, not yet. I saw something else on the timeline. Keep e-dating. Marissa, Karub. Yeah, that's some total shit. Alright, this is the manipulation part. But the one in the chat, if you're watching this right now, early in the morning, I don't know what you guys are doing right now, but this is some regular stupid stuff. Average Toho fan, bro. No, Cyryl isn't a Toho fan. Look at his profile pic, not real. He seems to be a fan if he makes his if he makes it his profile on multiple social medias. Essentially, is too good, bro. No, I just talk about it enough for him to want to suck my dick. I always make sure to reply to everything, and people aren't very visible crazy until way later. Oh, people aren't very visibly crazy until way later. I knew the second he made his profile pic. Alice though, yeah, that's fucking hell, man. What the fuck, bro? Cyryl also turned out to be obsessed with school shooters. He called it a phase, but we all found it alarming. He also indirectly threatened to commit an atrocity. Picture below. LMAO thinks I'll Photoshop myself and Adam Lanza later. No one gives a fuck about Adam Lanza. He's my idol, bro. He's so good. You'll hear me. You'll hear about me on the news one day. Okay, man. Now the incident that made the old group chat that Cyryl owned get replaced by my own. I was off Discord for 2 days. I was sick and busy and had to focus on my life, so I wasn't online at all. During those days, Cyryl's obsessiveness really showed. He mentioned me and spammed me in the group chat constantly in DMs too. Here are pictures. Bro. If Plot isn't back by 8 a.m. Tomorrow, I'm taking him out. Whoever. I'm taking him out of whoever kidnapped him's basement by myself. Plot is farting in his sleep. What the fuck are these messages? If I wake up tomorrow and Plot is still gone, I'm crashing out. Okay, no. I used to do this shit with some other people. It's not good behavior because I used to. No, here's the thing. I used to call a lot of the people who are used to like a lot or like a very good amount. But I'm like, fuck. Okay, these people have. I got the message. These people have lives. This is what it looks like. This is what it looks like. But it for me it was a retardation. This guy is fucking unhinged. This guy is obsessive. Jesus Christ, man. Message him on GD and say if Pla is dead, we are gonna look for him. Rambling Raccoon. Yeah, no, this is what it looks like on the other side. This looks bad, man. When I came back, I was incredibly weirded out, and I decided to make a new group chat with everyone from the old one, excluding Cyryl, to discuss. Nice group name, I know. Bowser Fortnite, yeah, I know. You gotta make it some like really cool sounding shit, not this fucking weird shit, man. I'm sorry. We ended up discussing and all agreed independently that his behavior, the behavioral patterns were incredibly weird. The GC seemed a little crazy, but I thought it wasn't that bad. But him DMing you too is insane. No, I understand, like, yeah, no. I didn't spam call that much, but I was like, what the fuck? So like once, I'm like, yeah, that's really bad. That's bad. Even once is too much. When your attention isn't somewhere else, he seems crazy though. Yo, you good? I understand, like, yo, you good, but fucking spam call and voice message after days. Yeah, no, that's not normal. I know you said you're not gonna speak in the other GC, but I ain't either. I ain't becoming no victim, bro. Nah, you can't become a victim but you could become annoyed. Bro, if you hang out with the local crackhead, there's always a chance he will stab you with a heroin needle. There's a good chance he downloaded every camera pic I sent in there immediately and saved it. That is why I always hesitated on what was safe to send there. Above is me stating what we have seen with Cyryl in the previous chapters. His love for saving things to use later. I was really worried about that, as I did not want any of my friends to be hurt, especially the 15-year-old was getting approached really by Cyryl at the time. My guess was a shot in the dark, but I ended up being right. Manipulation of a 15, it just keeps repeating itself. What time is it? It's 6:39. I'm actually doing incredibly well doing this shit way earlier. I have nothing else to do in the morning. Oh shoot. Let me actually button this up. I'm sorry, it's just, let me read this. There's a good chance, he downloaded everything you sent there. Bro, does he do that? He did it with others. What the fuck, bro? Like, I don't really double check when it's normal, when it's with normal people, but there, I feel like I gotta be careful, dude. His aura is creepy. Yeah, you could say that. Yeah, I should have honestly never kept contact with him in the first place. It's one of the things I regret the most. For me, it used to be really hard to cut contact with somebody, especially if I've known them for a long, long time. Below, you can see me express guilt. Like, bro, actually, I'm sorry, let me just move this to be a little. There we go. That's actually better. Like, bro, it kind of feels like I'm just doing a smear campaign to make people he was chill with dislike him, but I'm mostly saying it because I don't want anyone to potentially end up getting fucked over by his habits. No, bro, no, you're just dropping facts. If that's what the guy's done and said, then he's done and said it. And no, I agree. He's always been a little creepy, bro. I guess, but I feel like you guys and Blank too were like chilling and stuff, and now I'm just dropping shit. When I thought he was like a girl or something, I was okay-ish with bros, like, or because some girls just act like that out of like self preservation. I don't even know, barely normal for a guy to act like that. And I'm not like femininity in guys, but he's not feminine. He's just a fucking he's just a tweaker. Do you mean his talking mannerisms or what? Yes, bro. Cause like in that Twitter thread before, we knew each other on. Let me actually get my microphone closer. Yes, bro. Cause like in that Twitter thread before. Fuck. This is actually the best setup right now. Okay. It's a little disconnected. Oh, hello? Why is this shit? Shit's disconnected for no reason at all. I'm getting taken down by the CIA. Okay. Yes, bro, because like in that Twitter thread before, we knew each other on Discord. He was like, you can add me. You can address me if they're creepy. Of course, in retrospect, knowing what came in the future, I should have absolutely not felt bad. But at the time, I didn't know he would do what he ended up doing. And then I had to ask like 5 times before he made a group chat. And he was like on about, I guess you control. You asked to make a group chat 5 times and he wouldn't? I think more than once, but probably not 5. In the next picture, you can see me call. Okay. You can see me call back to Ella. This is a big reason why I was so concerned for this person's safety. I was worried that he was gonna do the same thing he did to Ella. Oh shit! Let me just. Then you're good. Worst case, he will talk about you for years, like he did for that Ella person, and then maybe you will get stalked, but that's it. And there's like that. No longer Toho. After a few days, he changed his Discord avatar to no longer be themed around Toho, proving that he most likely did it to only appeal to her. This happened after the group chat that he owned died. Then the 15-year-old ended up blocking Cyryl. I predicted 3 things. He would kick everyone out of both groups. He would message me furious. He would take Toho off of every profile, confirming my theory. All 3 things occurred. I told him to take his anger to my, at the time, friend Nick Tom, who was also involved. Nick Tom ended up being pretty weird in different ways later. But at the time, he helped the good cause. He ended up messing with them. Trolling. It's actually really good. Messing with them. Fuck, I need to get all these wires out of the fucking way. Not important, but we gotta talk later. Dog. Sure, let me know, I guess. I do have one question. Did you talk with blank about me? I talk about many things with many people. That is fairly important. I've talked with her. Are you alright? Like, if you did say something about me, what was it? Because she got seemingly ticked off about me. I mean, I don't know you, right? Why are you asking this? You do seem kind of weird now, lol. Well, whatever you said ended up with this. What do you know about me then? I'm not the only one you. I'm not. I'm not the one who. I'm not the one who brought you up, and I can't really control what other people do. I was asked. She gave off the vibe that she didn't like you already. I literally just said that you act weird in group chats. That's the impression I give off. You do seem kind of clingy. Yeah. Low key, if not for the fact that in real life, the IRL community is either gravely unfitting or too far away, I would. I see you online like 24/7. That's just how it is. If everything IRL turned out better, I probably wouldn't be here. I don't know, honestly. Good luck, man. I can't really say much. Yeah, I'm trying to chill with what I have. Maybe I'm doing too much. What the fuck is that image? Oh, that's the Bowser fucking Jesus Christ, man. You know a random person online for 3 weeks and you're crashing out of my DMs over her blocking you? I'm confused. Because I got cut off by someone I perceived as a friend over seemingly nothing. I got told you were involved and came to you. Honestly, don't think it's that serious, bruh. Maybe this will advise you to go and make some friends in real life. Yeah, a lot of problems rise when some shit like that isn't, you're not socialized correctly, properly, I mean. As you can see, Cyryl is capable of self-reflection at times, but just because he is capable does not mean he will self-reflect. Now for the next part, some unfortunate context will be required. The 14-year-old stated that she is unfortunately bad at cutting off people and recognizing bad signs. Here is what she said. Here is what it was said. I've been streaming for a fucking hour, bro. It takes a long time to read these things, but they're kind of fun to read them. But at the same time, it's kind of tragic for a lot of the shit that has to go down for this to be produced. These fucking Google Docs, man. Google Docs. There's the other side of it too. I'm gonna have to go over because, yeah. You're stronger than me. If someone's funny, I low-key can't stop. Is that why you talk to Cyryl? Dude, this shit is why I forced myself out of the original group chat. I didn't want to get like stuck in a crack ring. The Zin's picture was your limit. Low-key, yes. Is that why you talked? Because of being seduced by the charisma or some shit. This were the other people who were against Cyryl. If she was so susceptible, we thought we had to make sure Cyryl could never get seriously close again, as he could do serious damage. For a few months, that was the case. Everything was fine. Cyryl was reduced to somebody that you sometimes interacted with and joked about a few times. However, unfortunately, this was not permanent. Cyryl ended up coming back later, worse than any of us thought. To get into that, though, first we must get into some. To get into that, though, first we must get into some context that is required to understand his malice and his actions. Over the next months, the other guys from our GD group and Drunk Dash group, and the 15-year-old stayed friends. We talked often, called often, everything seemed fine. I talked to them like I talked to any other friend of mine. I was still very on edge from the Cyryl case, as well as another case involving Nick Tom. He tried to dox people involved in my friend group and get the 15-year-old's face image for similar purposes. So I was really hesitant about things. The 15-year-old had another friend. I will not reveal his identity due to privacy concerns, but I will refer to him as PP. As P, I mean.
P was somebody who was an unusual type of friend. I didn't know him personally, but the 15-year-old often talked about him. She brought up how he was. She brought up how what he was doing was kind of weird. This included things such as him making weird slash flirtatious remarks, him rarely calling, only calling when nobody else is present. Explicitly stating he did not want to talk to any of the 15-year-old friends, me, the others, etc. At the time, she brought up these points and called them pretty weird. I, at the time, assumed the worst due to my prior experience with Cyryl and Nick Tom, so I ended up reacting strongly. LMAO, I hope when that blank guy comes back, he will talk sense into you. Bro is my last sub. Bro, I do not like blank. I've low key given up at this point, LMAO. I am not attracted to him, and I'm not trolling, but if he wasn't a creep towards me. She often mentioned how what he did was weird. I ended up growing to really dislike the individual. It did not help that her previous best friend online, who I won't name, who was on a Discord break at the time, also told me he really disliked him. I knew that I knew hating that guy wasn't a bad thing. Ugh. And now I have this on my mind. Let me know if anything good happens or what happens at all. You hated him? The way he was, I just didn't like him. I only know him for a day, uh, and I only wanted to know him for a day. Yeah, it's those kind of people. He also did say this, adding to my worry. Serious talk. Why is that after I've said countless times I don't want to tap into the calls or talk to your friends, you continue to try to persuade me into it and force your friend into here after the many times I've said no? This made me assume it was another really bad case, so I grew a really strong dislike. Looking back in retrospect, I'm definitely still not fond of this individual, but knowing what Cyryl did later on, this person looks like an angel compared to him. I don't want to talk too much about this individual though, as this document is about the actual person causing the most harm. Cyryl. Just know I did not like this I did not like the person. Neither did my friends. Neither did the 15-year-old at the time. She ended up blocking him after finding him playing a Toho game with questionable underage anime content. And from what I know, that ended up trying to log into the 15-year-old's email and TikTok. I cannot 100% verify the validity of these claims. She was the one pushing them though. But I got stalked by blank for months and don't even have that fear. I've been logged into man blank logging into my email and VS I can't even confront. How do you fuck up three out of the I'm sorry, how do you fuck up like 3 out of the 4 words of can't that much? V, like I get that they're all close to each other, but I can't even confront. Okay, never mind. I'm sorry. So from what I know at the time, that ended up being yet another bullet that was narrowly dodged. I was on pretty high alert at the time, and as were my friends. Eventually, there ended up being another incident where 2 of the 15-year-old IRLs were talking to her. She ended up telling me the little weird incidents involving them, and I, still being on high alert, assumed the worst. In retrospect, I shouldn't have, and that was a blunder on my end. She went with it at the time, though, so things continued as normal. These 2 cases are important to keep in mind, as you will see. Cyryl ended up using them to his advantage to manipulate, isolate, and deceive. As the days passed and we talk normally, eventually the 15-year-old decides to see if she is still blocked by P. She checks by sending him a friend request on Discord, and it turns out that she is not blocked. The request goes pending, and I get this message. Blah. This bitch is listening to Hamilton. Look, if you, okay, not for 15-year-olds, people around your age. If you want to get them, listen to Hamilton. I shouldn't say shit like that, but especially the seriousness of this situation. Okay, I think it's good. Okay. Hello, hello, hello. Okay. I do need to use the restroom. I'm sorry. I just need to oh, dude. Hello, Real Paper 700. This is not a normal Geometry Dash stream. I'm not playing the game. This is just drama, Geometry Dash Twitter drama. Look, I'm just reading a document right now. So, yeah. I mean, oh shit. It was okay. Past this. Z70. Okay. This right here, looking to check if they're, blocked or not by this person named P. Okay, let me just continue. Due to my mindset and the bad perception I had of P, was not happy about the thing. I ended up getting, in retrospect, unreasonably mad and ended up sending this. Yeah, we have those moments, man. We have those moments. I'm sorry, but if any of your future plans involve talking to this guy, again, I'm like done. No, bro, no, it don't, bro. Chill. You got too much empathy, bro. True. I should just stop giving a fuck about my friends. Dude, oh my god, dude. Holy shit. Anyways, just let me know if you want to be friends with this guy again. If yeah, then I'll unfortunately need to probably cut contact, even though I really don't want to, because it just makes me all pissed off. I'm not going to do that to myself. Probably won't actually bring myself to, because I do think you're a great friend, but this just frustrates me too much. I can definitely see where I was coming from, but at the time my reaction was not warranted. Me and her ended up having one last talk after this. I know you're trolling, but deadass though, I don't know how you switched up so fast, because I thought we were like gang. Bro, I've been busy. My understanding, unblocked the email hacker, became his bestie again, probably developed vendetta against Bowser group chat. Pure assumption. It's pure assumption, according to this person. Ooh. I have no idea why one of my hard drives is scratching itself. Okay. As you can see, I was definitely acting unreasonable. I did not harbor bad intent, but I was definitely not acting proper either. In my eyes, I saw someone who I previously perceived as a threat, mainly due to the email hacking allegation, talking to her friend again, who has had bad actors try to go after her. After this conversation, we never talked again. Yeah, that happens. Then, about a day later, her Twitter vanished. She also unadded everyone on Discord, blocked everyone on other platforms, and went silent. Of course, everyone was confused. In truth, this was Cyryl's doing. He used me being unreasonable at the time as an entry point. Yeah, that's some high level manipulation fucking technique right there. No bullshit. You'd have to don't ever try this. Don't ever do this shit, because it is evil. This high technique manipulation tactic, in order to rouse somebody up through repeated actions, through either high intensely repeated actions through a very short time frame, in the way that Cyryl has been doing, or a very long attritional war tactic, but as the time goes on, you have to increase the intensity of whatever bullshit you have to do, or just fake some shit, get them extremely angry, and then, especially with how long Cyryl knew about Plaenterprise, he probably knew of how, I guess, the the temperament, the short fuse, I'm assuming, a relatively short fuse that this person has, and knows that they directionally get angry at whoever is the nearest person that they're talking to. So yeah, that's some high level manipulation tactic that people are not realizing about this whole thing. I don't even think he realizes. If he watches his stream in retrospect, I'm like, holy fucking shit, that is a real manipulation tactic that people do use. Yeah. Anyways, then about a day later, her Twitch did that, blah blah blah. However, I was not aware of this. Everyone thought that the person at fault was P, and Cyryl was not honest either. Initially, he acted like he didn't know what happened. I was obviously quite surprised and worried. I thought, how could something like this cause somebody to delete all of their accounts and block everybody? And 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 as I treated them like I treated any friend of mine, and since I actually care about all my friends and their well-being, I decided to ask around and talk to some people about it. Most people weren't really that interested in talking about it, but I, due to knowing some of the person's prior history and with being manipulated and not having good social interactions in the past, in general, ended up talking to Cyryl about this. Did Blink unadd you? Why do you ask? Bro left all group chats. Why? Bruh, did you have more groups? I guess a redacted message right there. The fuck is that collab? Also, bro was completely silent for days, then randomly logged on and left all GC and unadded me, and I presumed blank and you. I told him my theories, my worries, why was it worried, and he acted like he did not know a thing. He was lying, yeah. He was invoking the principle of deny, deny, deny. Damn, bro, so not just me? Oh, so you guys did too? That's so weird. I don't know, I'm even more confused now. What happened? We just chilled for a while. A whole nothing burger happened and poof. Did she also disappear on the 29th? Yes. Yeah. Bro, what the fuck? And deleted her Twitter account too, bro. I ain't checked it. I ain't checked that in weeks now. I have absolutely zero clue. I sent a friend request so she didn't block or anything. I just don't get it. You can try to react to one of her messages to see if you're blocked. Maybe she got bored, whatever. No law. Yeah, bro, I got blocked. Oh, so you're blocked, but I'm not? The fuck? Like, I reacted and it disappeared. As you can see, I was incredibly surprised and shocked. Cyryl knew the truth the whole time. He was talking to her on a different account, but we will get to that soon. Yeah, that's some crazy shit. What the fuck? I'm getting notifications right now. I'm sorry. What the fuck? Okay. I'm pretty confident it's done, but I don't know why. Well, for one, it's a block. Then again, after all of that, she talked normally to me again, came to her senses and all. Did she apologize or something? Yeah, just said it was trolls and we chilled for a bit. Bruh, show, damn, earn it. Here he hinted at something. He hinted that they talked again shortly before she disappeared, and that they just chilled. He still acted fully oblivious, but he kept refusing to send screenshots, and I know how this guy is, so I kept pushing. Actually, bro, another theory is that, okay, so there was this blank guy she talked to, right? And he was weird, trying to flirt and shit. Then she found out he bought Toho child porn material on Steam and got mad and blocked him. Then on Saturday, we added him to troll, and I got a little mad, and I was like, bro, don't do that. And she was like, no, don't worry, I'm just trolling. Maybe she's chilling with blank now, and cut the good ones off. Lol. That is a possibility, alright? But define what do you mean by that? And she found out he bought Toho child material on Steam. He bought a game on Steam that contained Lolly, Toho, NSFW. Oh, shite me. Damn. As you can see, I am quite worried and bring up all possible kinds of theories. Cyryl acts like he goes along with me and doesn't know a thing. This will soon prove false, as I will catch him in a lie. Take notes on this shit, because I'm about to witness some probably masterful work right here. Raymond, LOL, bro. Bro realized if she went to you like, I'm sorry, I was manipulated, then what if she thinks I manipulated her into hating blank? He tried to hack into her email. Shit, maybe. Did she say she was manipulated? Yeah, by Nick or what? Yep. Bro really doesn't want to send pic. I'm crying. I'm still mad for blank. And Nick Tom, yeah. E stated in the call that she talked to him and that she was talking to Cyryl again because she realized Nick Tom was manipulating her. I knew he wasn't fully honest, so I kept pushing again. I don't know why you're reluctant to send. I just don't give a fuck. Life isn't that serious. The forest? Who are you? Who goes there? What's your name? Because that string of numbers, I don't... It's Yosim. Yo! Wait. Yosim? Oh, shit. Really? No, yeah. What's your Twitter? Are you on Twitter? It's been like 4 years. It's been way too long, man. It's been way too long. A lot of shit has happened. A lot of shit has happened. And it's always the same shit. A lot of big shit, though. Yosim, do you have a Twitter or Discord? Anything? Is that for Twitter or Discord? I'm gonna try both. Let me do something right now. Yeah, how's it going? How is it going? Okay, no, that's Twitter. way too much shit has happened in between those 4 years. I haven't touched Geometry Dash in years. Yeah, I understand that. Why'd you, why did you rage quit out of the game, man? What happened? Bro, so like this kid was trying to dox me for no reason, something something. I got mad and went full retard because I was a dumbass teenager. Then yeah, what the fuck? Okay. I'm going to continue reading this. I will look at the chat sometimes. So. All right. Oh shit. Let me Alright, let's go. I don't know why you're reluctant to send, bro. I just don't give a fuck. Life isn't that serious. Or maybe something else was said. I don't know. Nope. No, because here's the thing. I also said some stuff that wasn't great about you because due to Nikki. I genuinely believed for a bit you were a tweaker. So maybe she didn't say Nick, but Pla. Okay, I didn't want to bother you with it. I didn't want to bother you with it because I know this is all crazy, said you and Nick. Yeah, that's what I figured. Making progress. Suddenly, he admits that apparently she said that I and Nick Tom manipulated her. Quote unquote manipulated her. At the time, since I still believed P was the main perpetrator, I believed him. I was shocked, but I believed him. He was lying. I knew that if I wanted to get to the bottom of this, I had to come clean about my weird behavior towards him. So I told him how I felt at the time of this conversation. At that moment, I was fully honest towards him. Don't forget that I always believed in redemption up until that point. Bro, come on. I'll think about it. I'll come like fully clean to you. Basically, Blank put the idea into my head that you were weirdo as fuck, and then like I fully started believing it, and we both told Blank, but then she took that way harsher than she should have, and she blocked you. And I realized I kind of messed up, and I was still kind of skeptical of you, so I tried to slowly establish a middle ground. Then Blanked was cut out, and like I was torn because on one hand I still believed all the shit he said, but whenever I talked to you, you seemed fine, so I didn't really know what to do. So until now, it was always this limbo of like trolling versus being friends. But like ever since today, where you actually cared enough to hear me out, I realized I was tweaking and you're good. That's all. See how it See how I said now that you care? He did not. He ended up blatantly lying to me, and I did not know. For months, this was what I and everyone else were led to believe. According to Cyryl, she randomly called him, claimed that I and Nick Tom were manipulating her into hating Cyryl and P, and that she then, without any explanation, vanished and deleted her accounts. I unfortunately believed him for multiple months until he messaged a friend of mine recently that he believed would be on his side. My friends ended up telling me everything. Can you not leak what I'm about to tell you? Okay, sure, what is it? Pla systematically groomed her for 2 months, calling every single day, all while alienating her from everybody, including IRLs, setting up an entire operation by himself against me to insinuate I'm the groomer. What the fuck? Okay. This is a lot. Let me get something to drink, man. This is this is a bit better lighting. It's not like right in my fucking face. Okay, let me continue. You can see how insane this is. Cyryl, the person who, as seen throughout the document, has only been malicious and lying, creates another lie he fed her about me in order to isolate her, manipulate her, and gain control. As he continued talking, the real picture became clear. Bro, I'm not the type of person can you be careful? I will, bro, sure, for sure. I don't mean to shout, and it's just typing all caps. I didn't mean to shout at you. You know, my whole keyboard is on caps lock. I didn't mean to yell at you. Fucking hell, man. This is fuck. Let me just read the other things. You have my word, man. Okay, do you know Plum making a whole fiasco about Blank crashing out and getting groomed by this Blank guy? Yeah, what about it? What really happened is around September 30th, Blank sent me a friend request to ask for advice on what to do because of what Pla has been doing to her around her for the past 2 months, including continuous lying and extrapolating about everything about me, manipulating her to stray away from all her friends, from him caring about her not getting groomed, and more. That's a really good title play. You know, there's mind cap and more, and then there's not getting groomed and more. That's too much. According to everything Cyryl has said here, what really happened is that she ended up going to him, maybe due to some slight influence from P, to ask for advice since we had a fallout. Cyryl? He takes immediate advantage of the situation and tries to isolate and manipulate her. Once he heard that I was one of the people going against him, he did his best to make me look like a bad person to her. He took everything the worst way possible, lied, and tried to make me look like a bad person. After all that he has done, and as I mentioned previously, since she is unfortunately susceptible to believe in things, she fell for it. She ended up being deceived by Cyryl, who now had full control and could do whatever malicious thing he wanted. The next mission might be even more insane. Okay. Jesus Christ. Okay, Daniel. What the fuck? I got you, bro. What the fuck is this redacted thing? We talked for the few preceding days about what he has been getting up to and what her personal feelings towards this were. I was going to create a doc, but in the end, me and Blank decided not to do it out of fear of him coming after her again, because he has all of her info due to her screen sharing carelessly. He ended up manipulating her feelings towards the situation, but wait. He decided to go against creating a doc against me? I wonder why. He is lying about the reason. Anyone who has known me in the current day and age, no, I don't mess with personal information. Also ironic, since as we have seen, he seems to love doxing people and messing with their info. The actual reason this doc was not created is because there is nothing to base it on. I have not done anything, and he is aware. That is why he had to come up with an excuse on why it should not be created. He lied to everybody and expected to get away with it. There's that, and then upon getting confronted about him lying about me, he made up an entire story on the fly, crashing out in my DMs dressed, saying it's all blank and blank, lol. Remember that server he made with you, me, and him, where he said everything about me somehow being a pedo is false? Did he tell you anything trying to point to the contrary afterward? No. Remember when I came clean to him and he pretended not to know anything? All the while, he was consciously lying about me and my friends, manipulating the 15-year-old and trying to get her to hate me as much as possible, with everything known. I don't think I need to explain why he has been lying, manipulative, and not to be trusted at all. Plaenterprise is a narcissistic, retarded groomer. Do you still talk to Blank nowadays or not? So she left and just told me to let her know in case Plot tries anything big. I know she's friends with Blank, but I couldn't care less. He's not a tenth as bad as this guy. Okay. Almost done with the biggest fucking part of this whole thing, man. The deflection here and the irony is mind-boggling. I don't even think I need to commentate here. You can look at his lies for yourself, knowing what he's done. It is pretty sad to read. He doesn't know Blank sent me a friend request, and he must not know, lol. He spun 2 entire stories trying to boost his ego and having control. It's fine, just, bruh, I'm not a pedophile, and I never was. Like, Blank herself said 10 minutes after the friend request in September that she never got Diddy vibes from me, unlike Pla. What the fuck is this shit? Diddy vibes, that really? Okay, alright. We're doing that shit. We're doing that shit today? Okay. Alright. Here, he is flaunting around that he is lying, and is flaunting around that he apparently manipulated her pretty quickly. It falls in line with the established fact that she is unfortunately pretty susceptible, and I assume that there was some previous influence from P as well. Can't you just leave that part out? that blank sent you a friend request while confronting him, though. I already confronted him about calling me a pedo for zero reason, and you already know how that turned out. I am not telling him shit unless blank herself sends me a friend request and tells me to. It's better to just be honest in my view. But honestly, I don't really have a say in this, lol. There's many factors to this, but I figured I'd rather not blow this up yet and just have this ace up in my sleeve. If he ever tries anything again, I'm never forgiving him for this, and I don't care if he knows. Getting pissed, garbage man. What the fuck? With the above screenshot, keep in mind that I was not the person who invented the idea of him being weird to her. He caused this to himself with his weird actions, and he is now frustrated that he got caught. I also never directly, from what I can recall, called him a pedophile. I do think he is a potential groomer, liar, and heavy manipulator, though. I do not know if he full-on groomed a person, but he has the potential to. Okay. You can also see him stumbling over his words a bunch. At first it's Pla shouldn't know, then it's I don't care if he knows. I also know the ace up his sleeve is an excuse not to do anything, as he knows he would unfortunately immediately have all of his credibility removed. There is more. There's more to this. Same evening, he DM'd me saying he feels like I'm not fully honest and harboring some bad feelings, and his first instinct was to spin a story that blank sent me a friend request, basically telling me he thinks she DM'd me and told me how she feels about him. Holy shit, he got that right. Turns out I made a prediction after I found him acting weird. I told him that this is probably what happened, and well, I guess I know him so well that I turned out to be fully correct. Not surprising. Also an interesting choice of words, since how she feels implies that he did not lie or manipulate at all, which we know is not true. Almost at the end, we have this. I'm glad to have cleared this up. Is there any other people that are involved with this fucked up like him? Like blank or something? I have absolutely no idea. I know Nick Tom is a terrible person by himself, but I already know neither him or blank had too much to do with this. Nick is a terrible person of his own, but blank is 100% innocent, and he blamed both of them. I know about the Tickle Tom. The fuck? Yeah, no, that's intentional. The Tickle Tom stuff, yeah. What I would have known is just confront him, but again, it's your decision. I don't want to be involved with this too much anyways. Don't. Confrontation is blank's call. Oh shit. My friend... Oh shit, let me just... Okay. My friend was screen sharing to me while this took place, and I asked if he could check whether Cyryl had anyone else on his radar, and it turned out to only be me. Obviously, his claim about me blaming people was a lie, but after everything, I don't believe I need to clarify that at all. It ends off with this. All else I have to say is, again, say nothing of this. Just be careful around him, just for your own sanity. At this point, I knew what his motivation was. You can see that he singled me out and only manipulated and went against me, after everyone else had also dunked on him as hard as they could for his own behavior. He is mad that I initially was the one who got people looking deep into his actions, even though I did not make anything up, unlike him. I simply helped point people in the right direction. And Cyryl's motive? A variety of things. He got mad at me that I didn't add him to my private Twitter account after I brought up concerns of him being weird with doxing his friends who he wasn't cool with anymore in the past. He did the same by making fun of things the 15-year-old told him in private about various topics after being blocked. He also got mad that I basically was the one who called him out for exhibiting weird behavior, even though she was the one who noted it first. We also just became less compatible, quote unquote compatible. We got along in 2023 because we both enjoyed trolling and messing with people. However, over the years, I matured and stopped and started mostly looking down on that type of behavior. Look, I'm not doing level requests here right now. I'm reading an important document here, okay? This is an important drama. This is an important drama right here, okay? $7:40. I've been almost up here for 2 hours. Okay. However, another quite frankly disgusting reason could be that this is his way of getting revenge at her. Before this, he despised her, insulted her all the time after being blocked, and even tried to get me to send me her personal information in her face. No pictures for this, since it took place in a voice call. So this could be his way of getting back by making it so she feels fear and loses all touch to the people who actually cared about her well-being, the entire group. Oh, and here's proof of him asking me for her face. I mean, yeah, I wonder why he asked for your info and call. Ugh. And then crashed out when I said kill yourself. And now I am an obstacle in his mind. And of course, I, the accused bad guy, never did so. Quite the opposite. I always said to not share that stuff with anybody since it's not safe to do that on the internet. At this point, it's just comedy trying to defend myself from these claims. Quite funny. So again, as a quick recap, yeah. So again, as a quick recap, what actually happened? I assumed that the 15-year-old initially got manipulated / her opinion secured by P into thinking negatively of me. However, that opinion was not that strong, and once Cyryl saw that, he smelled blood and did the worst he could do with it. So, too long didn't read. Cyryl is manipulative and is trying to ruin somebody because he has a vendetta against me due to me helping point out his behavior. He was the one causing everything to go bad the whole time, and while having us blame P for everything. Everything he has said regarding me and the other innocent people should be taken as a lie, and everything he will say in the future will be a lie. For total proof, look no further than this entire document. That's potential blackmail attempt. Oh, this is fun, man. This is not fun, man. This one only involves one screenshot, but I feel it was very important to put it into its own category. It does prove the extent of his manipulation. Cyryl manipulated the 15-year-old so deeply that he got her to export my DMs with her. He also apparently recorded him asking me about it subconsciously for 40 minutes, and I was just lying. Here's the excerpt. Sigh, yes. Stop saying sigh in text. Just say yes. What the fuck is wrong with you? Okay, I still told you everything there is. If you need, I have archives of everything. Like, I got her to export her DMs with Pla, and I recorded 40 minutes of Pla subconsciously of asking. Fuck, this shit is so fucking worded so bad. Okay. Like, I got her to export her DMs with Pla, and I recorded 40 minutes of asking Pla subconsciously, not directly, and he kept lying. Well, the reason I wasn't saying what he wanted me to say, why he called it lying, is because I was obviously telling the truth, which is that I have done nothing wrong. The only wrong thing I can think of is that I wasn't fully honest to Cyryl with my thoughts about his actions. However, as I said, I forgave him plenty of times. So that recording is actually pretty beneficial to me. Thank you. As for the DM logs, while it is an unfortunate breach of privacy, it's also some good news. It only proves my claims and makes them look incredibly stupid. If he wants to release that, be my guest. And all it is going to do is prove my point. Truly wonderful, though I wouldn't recommend it. You would put the victim in danger and expose their personal information that is in these logs. To an extent, I'm sure he doesn't care, as we've seen, but this is a precaution. I'm sure part of his intentions with getting these logs was to see if they contained blackmail he could use on the individual. If he releases them, it proves my point. As for the call recording, I mean, it just proves how invasive and untrustworthy he is, but I don't really care about that either. Every piece of evidence he has collected is simply proving my point and proving the claims about him in the document. That's actually a pretty good thing. Fucking hell. Why did he do this and hasn't released a thing if there's proof? Maybe he's just trying to blackmail me. We won't ever find out. Regardless, it does hurt to see my privacy breached in such a way, but I had it coming since I was associated with Cyryl for so long. A lesson for the future, and for anyone choosing to talk to him in the future. And lastly, regarding this, him possessing the logs where he claims evidence of this type of behavior from my end, even though there is nothing of the sort there, conclusively proves that. Let me reread this, I'm sorry. And lastly, regarding this, him possessing the logs where he claims evidence of this type of behavior from my end, even though there is nothing of the sorts there, conclusively proves that he was not misinformed. He was not blinded or misled into thinking these sort of things about me. These were all intentional lies, and that really pains me to realize. And I guess there's nothing here. Let me go to additional content. I'm gonna eat something. I'm sorry if I'm being a little too spaced out about this reading. Oh shit, wait. Okay.
Yeah, no. This next part right here is actually getting. This is actually insane. What the fuck? I'm sorry. It's just. Hello, Yvonne Gaming YouTube. This is not a level request stream. Do not send an ID. This is a drama stream. This is a drama stream. I'm reading a document here right now. I'm looking at some shit on my phone. I will get to this though. Okay, no, this is a departure from this shit. I'm looking at this Luke Belmar Telegram chat right now. I've been in this shit since 2022, I think. Found him through Sneeko and all that stuff. Um, Steve Tan, he's now officially acknowledging all the bullshit, and he's like, I messaged. This is not related to this whole jump shoot ass shit. I'm reading. What the fuck is this? I messaged Steve to leave my family out of issues. He chose to be a low life and attack my family and my wife. This nigga has a wife? What the fuck? Okay. All right. It's hard. It's like nah. I need to replace some shit. Okay, no, I'm good. I'm worrying about some stupid shit. Okay, all right. Let's continue. At this point, everyone should have seen enough to distance themselves from this individual permanently, but I have decided that there's simply too much horrible content from Cyryl. This is going to be updated sometimes possibly, and will include other snippets of bad behavior from Cyryl. Here is Cyryl actively encouraging one of their friends to self-harm unprompted. Slit, what? Self-harm free. Yeah, that's bad. There's another example of him harassing and going after a previous friend. Let me know once you caught up on it, but yeah, the main reason was because I wanted to inform you of what happened and was gonna ask if you knew of blank. I don't really know, mainly just collaborating with blank to harass me in 2024 after previously being your friend. I mean, kinda, we were mutuals in 2023, then he was in blank server and they were just constantly trying to hurt me. You do have a God complex, but man, you have underlying issues. Cyrylic, what the fuck? Cyrylic. My biggest crime is having an insatiable God complex. I wanted to keep it that way. Even people that were very good friends with him when this was written say this. Cyryl's different. Unironically, he's too chronic. And do I say more than blank? Cyryl's got some extra shit going on in the head. The thing about Cyryl is that he's shitless afraid of being exposed ever since he started hanging out with blank. He's genuinely ill. Okay, so he's referring to Cyryl's response, which is this. This whole thing is 44 fucking pages long, bro. We're gonna be here for a bit of time, man. And this guy has, what the fuck? Okay. Oh my god, I need to look this in. I'm sorry, but I need to look through this before I don't wanna show any like bullshit. Okay, what the fuck is that? Okay, no, okay, I'm good. It's good. What's this? No, okay, it's good. It's good. It's all just text, thankfully. Up to now. Wait, no, it's good. What the fuck? Okay. This document is good. I can show it on stream. What the fuck, man?
Alright, let's go. Since Cyryl's response has not gained any support, contains even less than I was initially expecting. Since I expected at least a few faked screenshots or something along those lines, I won't pay it much mind. I'll leave this here though. Here is what he said about the 15-year-old once after trying to condone me for a joke I made. Plot if you're 5 inches into blank and I'm 5 inches into you, which way are you moving? Okay, yeah, that's a joke. Was not originally gonna include it, but there it is. Since his claims are pretty much all bogus and are refuted by this document easily, I will just prove it in another way. Admins of multiple big GD servers, EDL, Vibrant Plus Paste, 1.9 GDPS, and more servers with up to 30,000 plus members. You can tell this guy's actually European because he does a dot instead of the comma. I have taken a look at both sides eventually, and I am not banned. He is banned from these places though. Take a look. Banned, thank you. Nice, it would be nice if you could forward that if I don't have access to it. Yep, but we'll do. Damn, I didn't know I'll ban now. Looked into it and I'm banning him, but from looking, it seems like you guys seem to be associated, so I was just wondering things, Plot Gaming. Yeah. My accusations and proof were strong enough to, yeah, this was the person I used to follow this person randomly, like through the bulk following feature thing. I didn't know this was Cyryl. They followed me back, but then I'm like, what the fuck? So yeah. My accusations and proof were strong enough to prove the fact that he's guilty of these actions and is to be taken seriously. He was admitting to the worst offenders of the document, that being leaking child pornography. Yeah, that's bad. I remember seeing this post when it was posted. Now their account is fucking gone. I can't see shit. So this is what's left over from the screenshots. Keanu, I'm sorry about you nudes. I was recently sent those as a joke. I had no idea they were taken before you were 18, and all I did is put them through AI and sent them deleted them in one group chat. I have pictures of you because of incredibly immature trolls from something. I've abused my friend's trust, and that's my biggest offense here. I want to talk it over with you in private as somebody made me aware of it. I know it means nothing, but I'm unbelievably sorry. Damage control, but a bad and sad attempt. This comment from him doesn't excuse the fact that he leaked Keanu's nudes when they were underage. Same with the other individual. Here's him confirming the other case, dropping the victim's name. I censored it though. Oh yeah, I remember seeing this. I don't remember the fucking name. Kiana, yeah, that's Kiana, which I addressed, and blank, who was a dear friend whose trust I abused in immature entertainment and uncaringness. If there's anything I'm guilty of here, it's being a retard and not a child predator. Okay, there you go. Here is him admitting to these things, black and white. I won't speak on this anymore because that would just be giving him the attention he feeds off of. I don't need to though. I also believe he shouldn't try. Nothing will work. I think I might be contributing to the intention thing, but I find this interesting. That's the thing. Sorry, I just find this interesting just a little bit because these are fucking massive documents, bro. Oh my god. Oh wow. Okay, let me continue. I don't need to though. I also believe you shouldn't try. Nothing will work and nothing will save you from what you did. Jesus Christ. Log off, seek mental help, and leave people alone. Delete your blackmail you collect on people. All of it. That should not be so hard to do, right? Oh, and since he mentioned me calling often as proof, yeah, I call with anybody all the time. I love talking to people, and it's not like I was starting to call. I was always starting to call. Yeah, no, call, my bad, I'm tired, call soon, call soon, call. Yeah, no. I used to fucking, not this much, 361, not that much, but with other friends, like, yo, are you free for a call? Are you free for a call? And they keep saying no. I'm like, damn, they don't like me. They don't like me. But that's fine, man. Busy with life and shit. All that stuff. Chronologically in order. Makes me sad I need to show this, since this person shouldn't have been involved in at all. So now everyone who calls out pedophiles is the actual pedophile. And here, some real irony. Not sure what the context is, but the irony itself was too good for me to not post here. But yeah, all in all, his response just shows him manipulating the 15-year-old into believing I'm quite the bad guy. A very sad read from my perspective. Here's the conclusion of Plaenterprise's side right here. If you're just showing up, I just read the entire thing for 2.5 hours. Fuck. Wait, well, I'm gonna check my main Twitter timeline just for a bit. Okay, I might actually need to use the restroom. This is actually bad. I need to use the restroom. Sorry. I am gonna read the other side of it, and this conclusion right here. Let's read the conclusion now. So, what do we conclude? We conclude that Cyryl is an impulsive liar. He has leaked nudes, child pornography, of people he used to be friends with and people he is friends with actively, seemingly friends with them due to blackmail. He actively doxes people just because he feels like it. He used a personal vendetta against me to hurt an innocent bystander I was friends with and all of my other friends all while talking to me normally. This is deceptive manipulation. He should not be believed with anything he says. He manipulates people to gain something for himself excessively. He harasses people, including his friends, and latches onto them for years. He reports people's Discord accounts that he does not like. He has tried to collect potential blackmail on multiple people for years. And the simple reason why he did all this, he did not care about protecting anybody or being just. He simply cared about taking me down, and because I called him out for his actions. That was his entire motivation, nothing else. Too bad that if you compare me, somebody who just used to mess with and troll people, and him, somebody who actively doxes, blackmails, and lies and manipulates, I'm sure you'll quickly see which one is worse. What will he do after this document? I assume he will not resign but try and lie his way out. I also think he will try to potentially harm me and my associates using illegal methods. A true shit show, but it will all do is prove my point even more. If he resigns, good for him. I just think he needs a long break from social media since, as we can see, he's online 24/7. It pains me that I have to write this in the first place since he wasn't always like this, but I will not stand for fraudulent claims that harm me, my friends, and innocent bystanders. Since I predict a lot, I predict that Cyryl will come out with some old trolls I've done to try and somehow combat his illegal actions. In advance, anything you see will be me being a dumb teenager, nothing else. It does not compare to his actions. Again, it really sucks that I had to make this. I did my best not to engage myself in online drama, but this goes beyond drama. This is somebody being an active threat, and multiple people involved in this have approached me and told me that they are scared for things happening to them. I want to take the hits and make sure nobody ever gets hurt again. If Cyryl, for whatever reason, sees this, I believe that you are severely mentally unwell, and that you need to seek help immediately for your own sake and for everyone else's sake. I hope you recover. I am not responsible for any harm you cause yourself or others. Please apologize for what you have done to me and others. Please delete your account to seek help. My intention was never to inflict harm, but to help you finally turn your life around. If you make an apology, I'll put it on here and acknowledge it fully. Please do the right thing. Conclusion. Nobody should feel scared or threatened by Cyryl. I plan to leave it at this, but if things go south, he's trying to act even more illegally like he has done before. I'm not fighting back online through vigilantism, but taking immediate action lawfully. I know things, and I know plenty of people in Poland that told me they'd help out. I just want nobody else, me, and everyone else, to get hurt. But best case scenario, it won't have to come to this, but be safe. I know victims of his who messaged me saying they're scared of him going after them after this document comes out. That is the extent of this document. I recommend that anyone reading this who is in contact with him cuts contact immediately. He needs to get off the internet. He is not to be trusted and has been given too many chances. Me and everyone else was stupid to give him many chances. These many chances, there are 100% many more things that he has done, but noting everything would be a waste of time. The things presented should be enough to show his true character and to show that he is not to be trusted. Thank you for your attention. Now, I actually do want to, let me block it just for, I do want to cover what the initial responses are to this specific tweet right here. 3,700 people. 3,700 people and more have seen this post, and there's actually a bit more Yeah, all the quote tweets are private, or just all the people blocked me. Yeah, no, that's some usual stuff. Now let's get on to this right here. I think that is a good zoom in right there. Okay, let's continue. Oh, dude, this is 44 pages. Oh my god. Let's go. Plaenterprise, a Geometry Dash level creator who mainly went viral for his The Rock House level, has been known for irony posting and dark humor over the years, and especially in recent time, his facade as a genuinely controversial Twitter user has completely slipped off, and his true nature as a narcissistic child predator and suspected pedophile has come to light. Okay, man. Wait, is this? Oh, shit. Plaenterprise, a Geometry Dash level creator who mainly went for viral for his The Rock House level, has been known for his irony, posting, and dark humor. Over the years, and especially in recent time, his facade as a generally controversial Twitter user has completely slipped off, and his true nature as a narcissistic child predator and suspected pedophile has come to light. This document's purpose is to gather and compile the most repulsive kinds of wrongdoing this individual has not just done in the past, but additionally subjected a young teen victim through, as well as lying and setting up red herrings amid his close friend group in order to take any suspicion away from himself. Keep in mind, throughout this document, Plaenterprise was born on the 12th of July, 2007. He is currently a grown adult at 18 years old. Distribution of child porn as a joke. I do remember, but unfortunately don't have proof because it was over Snapchat. Basically, I don't know if you remember, but there was a group chat with me, Lisp, Blank, and a bunch of other people in the group. One day, Plot added me and Lisp into a group chat, and we were just fucking around. And he sent a you know what link and deleted it the next second, and we got pissed at him for doing it and that's how the stuff with Lisp trying to expose him started, along with Blank. He was right the whole time, but unfortunately didn't have materials to prove it. I wasn't able to testify because no proof, and he would also get his friends to harass me if I did. And this was the same year where the faux shit happened, so I didn't have any credibility at the time. I can ask Lisp if you want. He's not active on the internet anymore. Right. I think I heard about this. By the way, if you need context for what year he sent it in, like 2022, and then the explosive stuff was the same year with Lisp, and I think Blank brought it back in 2023. Oh, his main defense was I'm 15, so I'm still a minor, but that doesn't mean anything because any distribution of that is illegal no matter the age. If some screenshots come up, I will send them. All right, thank you. Yeah, she said Ploff sent fucked up shit. It was in some group chat years ago. Was that kind of what kind of shit through specifics? If it was just like weird fetishes or blacked. Jesus fucking Christ, man. She didn't say, but you can probably assume what it was. Fuck. She does know about the link stuff though. Oh god, so it had to be real. Enough accounts, right? Fucking hell, man. Already in mid 2022, Plot has exposed his intense depravity by quickly sending and deleting a link to legitimate child porn material in a Discord group chat involving 2 other members. One of them has been censored out of privacy, but I left the mention of Chris. Chris has a lisp intact, as this has huge bearing to the case. Lisp has built an entire case against Plot in 2023, once he had been additionally exposed for having crazens, another child predator from within Geometry Dash, nudes casually sitting in his server as a joke. Despite these outrageous claims, Plot never took anything seriously. In fact, he turned it around to be a joke as well, making an entire level called CP Machine to mock Lisp's effort trying to expose him for the worrying individual he's proven to be. CP Machine, and this shit's rated with an insane demon star rating, and it even got the featured glow on it. That's that's actually fucking hell, man. If he had any remorse for immaturity at 15 years old, why would he do this? Why admit to immaturity? If you can turn it around into a joke nobody should be laughing at, maybe, just maybe, he had ulterior motives and his fragile ego manifested a slip. Which brings to my next point. Child grooming, emotional manipulation, very narcissistic behavior, fraudulent pedophile allegations. Just recently, I had been contacted by a 15-year-old girl I'd known before with concern over seemingly manipulative and worrying behavior resulting from her rather odd relationship with Plaenterprise. I will provide evidence of multiple infractions he has done to fully help encompass you, the reader, with what this poor individual had to deal with, and essentially understandable to say at this point, suffer enough. The victim's name will be blurred out of my privacy reason concerns for her. The VCing 2.1, section 2.1. While I can easily show you just how much time on a regular basis for nearly 2 months, the 18-year-old Plot enjoyed spending with an underage girl in Discord voice chat. Okay, there's one that's 40 minutes, 28 minutes. There's another 133 minutes, 75 minutes, 107 minutes, 9 minutes, 78 minutes, and 201 minutes. This all happened within an 11-day period, as I can ascertain. Fuck. I didn't screenshot every last instance of a call beginning, but you can get the picture. Here is a good enough overview by the victim. Come on, 3 hours on VC with a kid. He's conditioning to get away from everybody and forced to call a random person a pedophile. 3 hours multiple times a day, by the way. And here is a portion of, I first, by the way, unlike what Pla claimed multiple times, recorded voice chat between me and Pla that occurred literally one day after the victim cut herself off from him and his friends. He seemingly wanted to discuss her disappearance, and I took the opportunity to take any unexpected admissions from him via asking specific questions, and I got my answers. This one in particular confirms they called essentially every day, especially since him deciding to begin manipulating her into believing outrageous allegations about me. There's an actual fucking audio file for this shit, so I gotta put on my headphones on for this. We're listening to the black box tapes, you know? Let's see.
think you understand, bro, how close buddies we were, bro. Like, as I said, bro, for months, every day, we're just calling and talking, we're just chilling all day, like, doing shit together. Like, bro, she was, like, calling me, like, while she was in school and all that, bro. Like, that's how close homies we were. Like, it was to the point where I basically know, like, everything about her, bro.
Is that actually... Oh shit! I don't want to I don't want to leak messages. So let me However, I cannot actually show what occurred in them, as is the nature of a voice chat. I can, however, provide a victim's account of the several privacy privacy infractions, such as in one instance, the victim had been screen sharing, unfortunately rather carelessly, which would be brought up later, and a male in IRL had asked her on PlayStation chat if she wants to play Fortnite. What are the relevance? What's the relevance here? Okay. He was like, this guy from school wanted to play Fortnite with me, and I was alright on call with Pla. Already on call with Pla, and he saw because I was screen sharing and was like, yeah, this guy wants you, block. Question marks, a lot of question marks. And yesterday I made a group chat with them and Pla, like cussed him out and started being low-key racist. The guy is black, like he's never flirted with me, he just want to play Fortnite, man. This interaction Pla has somehow interpreted as the user attempting to bag her and hurriedly told her to block him. This has been so far the first mention of what will be described as incredibly odd, and alienating behavior from Pla as a result of deep conflict with another individual known as Nick Tom or Tigrickson. Nick Tom had been a longtime friend of Pla for years. However, had been cut off by him in early August 2025 due to unsettling stalky activity, including attempting to doxing various friends of Pla's for ego reasons. What was the last straw for him, however, was Nick Tom trying to get information on the underage victim, primarily her face, for no real reason at all. Whether or not Nick Tom had pedophilic intent is unclear, but at the very least, trying to dox a 15-year-old for fun is very questionable behavior. All of this has been utilized by Pla as an excuse for attempting to bar essentially anybody, suspicious or not, from contacting her online or IRL, seemingly citing how he believes they all have similar predatory intent. Elaboration in next infraction, I mean. Ironic, considering he's an 18-year-old man who spent most of his time during this relationship trying to make him her only best friend. Shit. Okay, wait. I gotta do something important, but this is gonna be some life-changing shit right here. So. Damn, they even have vibe code like officially in there, man. What the fuck? Okay. I'm gonna be busy with something else, school stuff. I am not going to continue this. This others. I'm sorry. This other side is so fucking retarded. I'm sorry. It's too much. Fuck. It's too much. It's 44 pages of bullshit. If you're watching this VOD, thank you. Thank you. Have a good day.